So I was reading something a couple days ago on Facebook, and immediately as I was reading it, I knew that there was some value in it, and I knew that there was like some profound wisdom in it. It had nothing to do with business, but I think, like a lot of things in life, if you read into things and if you look at life lessons, they all intertwine, right? And this was the Fred Bear's 10 Commandments of deer hunting. And there were a couple of them specifically that I looked at that I thought, man, wow, that's something really profound that he said there. And I don't even know, I didn't check the authenticity of this. It sounds pretty accurate, but I thought, man, what's powerful stuff? And I'm just going to go over a couple of these things that I thought were just really, really powerful. One of them was a rainstorm isn't a reason to quit the hunt; it's a reason to stay. And a lot of times in business, and not just in business, but also in life, we find ourselves in a rainstorm, and sometimes we look at that as a reason why we shouldn't be doing something. But if you're ever going to do anything big in life, if you're ever going to do anything that's special, something that you're going to be proud of, you're probably going to go through some rainstorms. You're probably going to have times where you doubt yourself. You're going to have times where you think to yourself, man, what am I doing? The only way that you're not going to experience that is if you don't do anything special, right? If you have people that that try to tell you that you're on the wrong path, and just look at the path that they're on and see if it's a path you want to go over, and if you want to walk on that path too, right? Another one that I saw was be sure of your shot. Nothing is more expensive than regret. Man, that's a pretty big deal right there. When I was in the police department, I loved police work, and it was something that I found myself, I kind of fell into it, but I really fell in love with police work. I loved what I was doing, but I didn't see a future there for me, and I didn't see a future for my family if I stayed in police work. Now, that's not to knock police work in any way, by the way. It just wasn't for me. And I wanted something that was going to last, something that I could give to my kids. And so that was why I decided to go into business for myself. But, I think of all the times that people are presented with something and how many times they have an opportunity that's given to them, and fear completely cripples them. And you only have one shot in this life. You only have this one life to live. So the question is, are you living it the right way? Are you doing the things that you should be doing? Are you going to be regretful at the end? There was a book that I read maybe a year ago where they talked about people that had were on their deathbed, and what they said was people were more regretful of the things that they didn't do than the things that they did, which makes perfect sense. When you're living in the moment, it doesn't always feel that way. And the last thing that I read here that I thought was really good was hunt where the deer actually are, not where you'd imagine them to be. And man, how powerful is that, right? I mean, there's so many times where we're hoping that the magic bullet is out there, that if I want to lose weight, maybe if I take this one supplement, right? Maybe if I do this one thing, I'll lose the weight. Hey, look, that if you want to lose weight, you go to the gym. That if you want to lose weight, you got to cut your calories. You got to eat better, right? You got to stop eating fast food. You got to stop consuming, a bunch of, a bunch of sugar, that kind of thing. So that's what it takes, right? That the deer are there. In my business, that if you want to have success, you got to sit with people. You got to help clients. You got to become good at your craft. You got to sit with the right clients. I see a lot of people in my industry where they work with the wrong people, and it becomes a very painful process. Work with the right people. Get good enough to feel comfortable working with the right people. You don't want to, how do you put it again? You don't want to hunt where you'd imagine the deer to be. That's a big deal. I don't know. I found this really compelling, and for some reason I felt like it was something worth sharing, and it was a very, very powerful message. So hopefully it helps somebody today. If you're listening to this and you're in that spot right now where you feel like you're in a storm, you're probably in the right path. More than likely, you're in the right path. You just got to keep getting better, keep working on yourself, and see you at the top.